Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And my name is Muhammad Aiman bin Muhammad Yazri. And our forum group will be talking about effects of pollution in Malaysia. So in our agenda, we will be talking about the effects and how do we prevent the pollution itself. So I will be introducing to our first panel, Mr. Hamizan. And the second panel is Mr. Akmal. The third panel is Yin. And for the fourth panel is Farhan. And the sixth panel is Amir. And sadly our seventh panel is missing. And is absent. And next is Jiha. And lastly is Shafika. So first Hamizan, what do you think is the cause and effects of air pollution that occurs in Malaysia?
Okay. Assalamualaikum and good evening everyone. Today I will be discussing about air pollution and the social impact of Malaysia. A bit different than our moderator has asked me. Sorry about that. Air pollution is just not an environmental case. It's also a social one. Air pollution. Air pollution can lead to all sorts of health problems, which in low-income communities have limited access to healthcare. Because of this, it will have a social impact in our economy because of medical costs, lost wages, and loss of productivity. Second, air pollution hit often hardest in poorer neighborhoods. These communities not only face higher exposure to pollutants, but also have fewer resources to mitigate their effects. Families that are affected by this will lose productivity, have increased medical care, and so on. In conclusion, air pollution in Malaysia is not just an environmental issue, but also a social one. By recognizing the social dimension of this problem and taking collective action, we can ensure a healthier and fair Malaysia for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Hamizan, for your evening. And as Hamizan mentioned, we must take action. So for our second panel, do you have any solution to overcome air pollution?
Thank you very much. Yes, I do have multiple ways to overcome the pollution. I'd like to build on that by focusing practice steps that we can all take to create a healthier environment. As an example, individual actions matter. By choosing eco-friendly transportation, by walking, cycling, or public transport can significantly reduce on air pollution. Other than that, small changes like turning off unused appliances or using energy efficient products could also help reduce emissions. And let's not forget about the power of nature. Planting trees and keeping indoor plants can absorb pollutants and improve the air we breathe. But individual efforts alone are enough. We need to join forces as communities, advocating for cleaner energy sources like solar and wind, and supporting local policies that limit emissions can make a significant difference. we should also excuse me. We should also push for the creation of more green space in urban spaces, which not only filter the air but also provide a refuge from pollution. Globally, cooperation between nations is key. Supporting international agreements like the Paris Agreement is crucial, but we must also ensure our governments follow through on these commitments. By holding them accountable and encouraging sustainable practices worldwide, we can collectively reduce air pollution on a larger scale. In conclusion, tackling air pollution requires a combined effort from the individual level to the global stage. By working together, we can achieve cleaner air and a healthier planet for all. Thank you very much.
So, thank you, Mr. Ahmad. And for next, other than air pollution, we also have water pollution, which is represented by Yin. So, Yin, what are definition and effects of water pollution in our country?
Thank you, Emma, for giving the opportunity to proceed our talk today. So, water pollution occurs when harmful substances, often chemicals, waste products, or microorganisms, enter water bodies like river, lake, ocean, and groundwater. These contaminants degrade the quality of the water, making it toxic for human use, wildlife, and the environment. Understanding how water pollution happens is the first step towards addressing this growing issue. So first, causes of water pollution in Malaysia, we have industrial waste, factory release untreated or poorly treated waste, which contains heavy metal, chemicals, and toxic into rivers and lakes. In Malaysia, some industries have been known to pollute water sources, particularly in areas like Johor and Selangor, where rapid industrialization has occurred. Second, we have agricultural runoff. The use of pesticides, fertilizers, and other chemicals in farming leads to runoff that pollutes river and water bodies. In rural areas of Malaysia, this problem is particularly acute as agricultural sector is significant, contributing to both economic development and environment degradation. So, in conclusion, water pollution in Malaysia is not just an environment problem, it is deeply interconnected with social justice, public health, and economic development. By raising awareness and pushing for systemic change, we can work forward cleaner water and a more just society. So that's all from me.
Thank you, Ms. Yin. And for our fourth panel, Mr. Farhan. So, as you mentioned, there are some effects on Malaysia. So, what are the effects of water pollution?
Thank you, moderator. As what being said by Yin just now, I completely agree with the statement. Indeed, water pollution is definitely a crisis that shouldn't be taken lightly. As a matter of fact, it can bring a lot of harmful effects towards nature and our well-being. For example, water pollution is a big threat towards marine life. This is because the polluted water contains toxicity that can reduce the oxygen in the water. Soon enough, the endangered aquatic animals in Malaysia will be extinct, such as dugong and the leatherback sea turtle. Moving on to the next point, the polluted water possesses risk towards people's health. It can be the main cause of diseases such as cholera, diarrhea, and other waterborne illnesses. The healthiness of Malaysian people will be put in danger as they are exposed to such diseases. For example, on 3 December 2019, the water pollution incident of Kim River in Pasir Gudang of Johor occurred, resulting in 6,000 people being sent to the hospitals because of food poisoning. This is because the polluted water is being used to make the food that they consume. Moreover, water pollution can also affect the economy through various industries such as fishing, tourism, and agriculture. This will slowly but surely lead to reduced economic growth, resulting in financial losses and poverty in Malaysia. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fahan. And moving on to our next panel, Mr. Amir. So, other than what Mr. Fahan and Ms. Yin has said, what are the effects such as plastic pollution that does to our society?
Thank you, Mr. Iman. First of all, I want to give the definition of plastic pollution. It refers to a mass of plastic products and particles in the environment. In Malaysia, the plastic pollution has been growing concern because of extensive use and improper disposal of plastic products. This will lead to preventing the development on wildlife, ecosystems, and human health. And I give you an example is that of improper plastic disposal is that when you go to a food stall and you order food takeaway from the food stall, the plastic has been given to you. If you don't recycle it and throw it all over the place, it will become plastic pollution lah. And if you throw it in the river or sea, it can create another type of pollution such as water pollution, and then it will cause another big trouble if it has not been taken care of as soon as possible. So, in the category of thrown plastic waste into the ocean, Malaysia ranked 5th with each person dumping 2.29 kilograms of plastic waste each year. This report was taken from the website, the MalaysianInsight.com, published on 22nd April of 2024. That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Amir. And moving on to our last two panel, which will be discussing about land pollution. So first, Ms. Jia. So what are the definitions of land pollution and the effects on our country?
Thank you for moderator Muhammad Aiman for giving us a room for our discussion today. Our topic will be land pollution. Land pollution is actually referred to the deterioration of the earth land surface and the ground floor level that caused by accumulation of solid and liquid waste material that contaminate the ground level and groundwater and soil. It is also affliction appear when the concentration of the pollutant is so high that it harms land and endanger health. If you ever wonder actually how it harms land and why it endangers our health, let's dive into how this issue relates to land pollution. So to kick things off, we have mining and extraction. Mining is actually extraction of the mineral and other geological resources from the ground. It is then used wide range of purpose, not including for producing gasoline, generating electricity, or selling materials such as gold and silver. The mining and the method used, however, deplete the earth's land surface and cause damage and pollution in its wake. It is also frequently damage its surrounding area natural ecosystem, altering landscape and destroying natural habitats of wildlife and ultimately reducing biodiversity. For example, in Malaysia, we have tin mining in Pantai Remis, Manjung district in Perak that cause massive damage to local ecosystem. That when it goes wrong, it become a major distributor to ocean pollution. Also today, as we learn about the sinkhole that appearing in Jalan Masjid India in Kuala Lumpur, when the rescue and search and rescue effort have been carried out on August 26, 2024 for the missing Indian tourists who fell into the sinkhole. So actually, how do we resolve this issue? We'll be discussing by our last panel, Shafika. Thank you. For explain about the effects of mining, I will contribute about how to prevent the mining. When pollution due to mining is a serious environmental that can impair ecosystem and human health. Preventing or at least minimizing the impact of mining is important to ensure the well-being of the environment and human well-being. Preventing mining can by ecosystem protection and conservation. Certain areas need to designated as protected areas where mining activities are prohibited. These areas may include critical habitat and biodiversity hotspot. Legal protection should be introduced to ensure these remain protected from mining activities. Furthermore, buffer zones around sensitive areas and water source needs to establish. This will help minimize impact from mining activities. By monitoring, it can be protected the vital environment. In conclusion, through ecosystems protection, we can reduce the negative effects of mining. These efforts not only help protect the environment, but also can ensure resilient and sustainable development for future generations.
Thank you, Shafika, for that. And so, for conclusion, effects of pollution have many disasters which does not affect the country itself or the environment, but social, such as Hamiza mentioned, medical bills for other people who are affected by air pollution, and for the dangers of the tourists that Jiha mentioned during the KL incident. So, as part of the society, we must take steps to prevent, such as do not litter in the place that is not designated, and we should recycle and reduce usage of cars to prevent air pollution. That's it.